Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, innovation is such a common, generic word, but it means different things to different people. The one thing that I know is that staying in the same place or being constant, as they say, is possibly, something that we can't afford to do in today's time and age. And therefore, innovating to just stay relevant is possibly the need of the hour. But innovation can mean different things to different people. What does it really mean to you in your business? Now, given the fact that we have such an eclectic panel where we have representatives from completely different industries, from Tanya, who's selling saris, to Avinash, who leads premium grocery for Reliance Fresh Pick, to Mr. Dhaval Raja, selling gold and diamond jewelry, to Gaurav, who's leading a QSR chain, and Raghav, who's in the technology space selling headphones. So completely different industries, but I'm very, very curious to know, what does innovation really mean to you? Is it the improvement of a feature? Is it the improvement in service? So what is it that is so relevant? Why is innovation so relevant in your business? Would love to hear your thoughts. So Tanya, maybe you can start.
Uh, I think innovation in Suta, we constantly focus on innovating in product, and that has always been the key for the brand, and we have always been the first movers in the industry, be it in terms of marketing, be it in terms of product. In terms of when we are opening stores, we have looked at stores very differently. We have not gone to the malls yet. We are in the high street, and we are very new at it. Innovating is always revolving around the customer experience and making sure the customer experience is at the best, and not going too much out of the way, but still making ourselves relevant in terms of how, because the largest audience is the Gen Zs these days. So I think in terms of how you communicate with them, how you make sure that when they are at the store or present at Suta, they experience the brand the way it is. And hence we use a lot of murals in the store or outside the store, which is like a very key feature at Suta. If you are crossing the road, you'll never miss a Suta store. So, there are different ways of innovation, but we are just beginning, I think.
Very, very interesting. So what I hear you say is that it's not so much about the product, but it's about the entire 360 degrees around communication, around the way the store looks, around your business processes, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Would that be right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Let me move to Avinash. Avinash, in your business, would it be more product or would it be something else?
So I think for us, since premium grocery is the segment where we are selling product, and in the world of quick commerce, where we are seeing that grocery is getting delivered in 10 minutes, so selling experience also is very important. So where we have seen, and the product innovation. So we are seeing a lot of new categories which is picking up. So if you look at something like on the beverage segment, where like 10 years back, the segment was dominated by cola category. And then we have gone to the juice and then cold press, and now we have seen a lot of functional beverage picking up. So there are a lot of kombucha brand, there are a lot of cafe. So these are the functional beverages as a category which we have seen a lot of traction in our store. Second category which I have to see where we have seen a lot of innovation is on the breakfast category, breakfast table, where we have seen when the category like 15 years back, we have seen that category was more of a jams. We have seen a lot of brands around jams. Then we have seen Nutella has coming up, and that they have replaced the jam as a category. And now peanut butter as a category is doing very well. So I think these are the categories where we have seen innovation. And the third one, which I would like to highlight, where we have seen a lot of traction in the store, and we are giving a lot of space also for this category, is plant-based. So if you look at plant-based or alternative milk as a category, is growing very well. So while if you look at soya milk was there in India a long time back, but that category has never moved up because of the palette of the taste. So I think the taste palette is also very important. While soya milk is not moved up for last 10 to 15 years, but we have seen a lot of traction in the almond milk category or oat milk category. So there's a lot of, as a retailer, what our objective is to understand that what are the new trends coming up and focus on that and give the space and the area accordingly. And the second part is on the service. So I think service is also very important, how you are doing experiential service to the customer. Like for example, just give you one thought of selling avocados. So what we have done, selling avocado is one thing which you can just sell avocados, or what we are doing, we are saying customer, you buy avocado and we'll give guacamole dip free of cost for you. So I think that is one experience which we are building, and that is what increases the sales to like 10 times of avocado. So this is all like some of the, every product we have to use some experience to make the product worthwhile.
So two
Yeah, I've
things really.
fallen for it for sure.
So two things really. One is about staying abreast of trends and identifying the right trends to build on is therefore paramount. And the second is adding a layer of service to product obviously gets you maybe 10x the sale. Dhaval.
See, we are into business which is very complex, very dynamic, very volatile, you know. We are largely also driven, monitored by the government norms and stuff. So for us, it is very important, you know, and it's a huge industry, you know. Gold and diamond is something where the industry size is huge, where you have largely unorganized players as well, and then you have organized players. So how do you differentiate yourself is something that we focus upon, you know. You know, there is a business turnaround that has happened now. Customers moving more and more towards the organized sector because of the trust factor that is, you know, built up. At Senco, what we focus on is, you know, trying to be ahead of time, little understanding that, you know, how do we build our business for the future generation. So we are targeting the millennials, we are targeting the Gen Z, because those are the customers who are going to come back to you. So by and large, so of course there are innovations in products that we have, innovation in communications that we do, in marketing, innovations in the product line that we have. But right now, what we are focusing right now is on the tech side of it. We want to target those consumers who are Gen Z, who are millennial. We want to form a habit for them to come to Senco and buy the jewelry. So recently, sometime back, 6 months back, we launched Sencoverse. So it is a pioneering platform within the metaverse where a consumer can have an immersive experience of 3D pictures of jewelry. So you can basically curate your own jewelry. It's a very interactive platform where you can log in and you can have a virtual experience of the store, you know. So that's one thing that we have done. Second is the AR, VR, which, you know, everybody does. But then how do we differentiate? There is, when you have a session on the VR, the software, the AI identifies your face structure, your skin tone, the features, and there is a suggestive selling for it. So the consumer gets an option basis on their personal features. So that helps them and gives them more confidence about the product that they are buying. So a lot of budget is been allocated on the tech part in Senco.
Very interesting. Again, so what I hear you say is that it's not so much about the product. It's about maybe adding a layer of communication, which is the innovation in your business, right?
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Gaurav, your business is very, very different from the others. You're in the QSR space and competing with a very large player in the same category, if I was to say so. What does innovation really mean to you? Is it again product centric, or is it more than the product?
So Mohit, I see innovation in almost like 4 steps. And I'll try to expand those 4 steps. And also the 4 steps I'm thinking in terms of impact. So one is the classical innovation which happens on shop floor. That sort of innovation is, you know, figuring out a better way of doing work, which ultimately releases productivity, leads to more productivity, sometimes releases capital, sometimes releases operational costs, and which can then be used to improve your business in whatever sense you think the capital should be getting deployed. So that unit of innovation is at the lowest denominator. It has impact, but in terms of largeness of impact, it is probably the smallest impact the way I see it. The second layer of innovation is at product level for us. At product level, So we operate in a category which is, as you said, uh, is operated by a large player. We figured out that, you know, what's missing in the category is flavors. Is flavors. And so we created something which is called a hot and messy chicken. It's almost like a gravy coated fried chicken, which is now then available in multiple flavors. You already had just one flavor of fried chicken, and flavor is a very inherent ask of humans, not just consumers coming to a QSR. And so that's today become bigger than the core fried chicken variant for us, and it is something which we stand for. We brought to the market multiple flavors like sweet chili, you know, smoky pepper, and it's a platform which we've created. You can keep on expanding. That's product innovation, very critical for us. What matters there is more taste. Ultimately, we see, you know, consumers will find us differentiated offering and come back more. That innovation will have some immediate impact, but slightly more long-term impact. But much bigger impact, larger impact than the, you know, the first level of innovation I talked about. The third is experience. When we go to a store, you can never, as humans, we can never, you know, tease out the food quality and the experience that we had. Ultimately, we go and say whether we enjoyed it, and what we enjoyed is a sum of food and experience. Customer experience is very important, and there's a lot of innovation happening. One driven by technology today, right? So the touch screen technologies are giving a lot of places to innovate. So we today have, at a QSR, queuing up at the counter is one big problem. So we innovated the self-ordering kiosks in the category. All our stores have it, even the mall stores have it. Eases out the, you know, the entire ordering experience for a customer who comes in, decongests the queuing lines, plus leaves the power of choice to the consumers to make the choice. We see much higher ticket sizes when people are ordering on their own. So they want to explore and they want a seamless experience. At the counter, if someone intervenes, they will see it as an intrusion. Just leaving the power in their hand is what gives them the power and then, you know, improves their experience. It also allows us to apply some database interventions and customizing offerings on your second and third visits. I think this innovation works almost in line with the product-led innovation. You improve experience through technologies, improve interfaces, and that gives you long-term return. I think the largest level of innovations happens when you break business model, disrupt business models. And that can be gold mines, right? So it can change, it can disrupt an existing player. It can sometimes bring down a Goliath, right? So you being a David, I think that's what, and to give you an example, our industry has seen, if you see Domino's, has disrupted the country with that model, right? So delivery-based model. And that's why it happens to be one of the biggest chains. The dark kitchen model, which is yet to take off profitably, I would say. There's hardly any, you know, profitable long-term operating brands. But these are model level, business model level disruptions, which are the biggest impact as far as innovation is concerned. So again, I would say process, shop floor classic, product level, experience level innovations, and then disruptive business model. Those are the 4 levels.
So, you know, we would be very keenly watching your business if there are the 4 levels that you're implementing in your business. You spoke about a gold mine and you spoke about, you know, disruption in business. And I think that brings me to Raghav, who has actually done that in the space that he operates in. Raghav, maybe you can share a little bit more.
Yeah, of course. So we run a website that sells super fancy headphones to people who are very, very passionate about music listening. We call them audiophiles. But at the core of it, really, our business is we run a website that sells things that, you know, can really buy anywhere you want. So for us, at least, innovation is mission critical, if you would say, to be able to survive. It's a state of mind that needs to be, you know, that you need to be on top of every single day. And so very early on in our business, we made customer service the focus point of all our innovation. And sometimes innovative thinking didn't need us to, you know, get AI chatbots and get machine learning tools to be able to give really good customer service. We went completely old school. We said that our number one customer service channel and our best marketing tool is really just the telephone. So we take anything between 450 to 500 phone calls every single day from customers. And we have a great team that speaks to customers every day with no targets, with no incentives attached, with no scripts, with no flows. And what you get as a result is a customer delight being replicated time after time after time when customers really love buying products from us because the customer service that they get feels human. And I love that. If, for example, if you were to consider a customer who bought a 1 lakh rupee or a 2 lakh rupee headphone, his wife already disowns him, his children think he's gone completely mad, his parents have already lost faith in him. But when he speaks to one of us, he immediately finds somebody who understands this madness that leads them to, listen to music in this way, and it becomes a very personal relationship. If you were to go onto our social media, you hardly see any reviews about our products and our headphones or reviews about our delivery timeline or anything. The one thing that you see is people talking about chocolate cake. And that's because just like any other company, we also make mistakes where products get delivered late or the wrong product gets delivered or the customer's upset about a return request that didn't happen fast enough or something. And the minute that happens, you'll find that our customer service team sends over a chocolate cake or a tub of Mississippi mud to the customer, and he's completely shocked with the fact that a website that sells headphones cared enough to send a chocolate cake home. And it's not innovation. It's something that we've been seeing at restaurants from time immemorial where an order gets messed up and desserts comped on the house. It's just the application of it to a website that sells expensive headphones, which was innovative.
Wonderful. Different points of view, that all of you have had. What I'm very intrigued by is that what is really that one trigger for innovation in your business? Is it competitive pressure? Is it fear of survival? What is it? What is it that is driving innovation for you specifically in your business? And number one, and number two, who owns the innovation agenda, if at all? Is it something that is planned at the start of the year or at a particular time in the year? Or is it something that just happens along? So how do you drive innovation in your business? Tanya, would you
I
like to?
think innovation should be in the DNA of the company. It should not be led by just one person in the entire company because that's too much pressure. You have to come up with so many things, and like how he mentioned that there are 4 layers, and there's innovation in every step that you do. So it can't be just a team doing it or one person doing it. It should be in the DNA. And we have given a free hand to people, but for coming up with new ideas about doing things, and whoever comes up with a thing, we make them the project head, and they run it. They either fly or it fails, but we say that we'll completely support, and hence that drives innovation in the company. And also, I think innovation has always been the core of our company, because when we started back in 2016, there was no sari brand that you can recall, and who was doing only just plain Malmal solid color saris. We started doing that thinking that, okay, we'll have a niche segment of people, but we will cater to that first and we'll see how it grows. But later, it became a bigger brand. We became, the trendsetter for saris. Since when we started with the fact that we will be disruptors, we will innovate constantly. It's been like that ever since. Every launch that happens, we have always come up with new things. We have never followed trends. That's been the guideline for the company for the longest time, that we will not follow trends about what other brands are doing or what the world is looking at or any color theme that's happening in the world. We'll make products that will be classics that nobody has done before, and and people will see us as that brand. And I think you can't innovate once and stop there, because everybody catches on to it, to you. So you have to constantly do it, repeatedly do it. Otherwise, you'll be just another brand tomorrow.
So there is no one trigger, is what you're saying. It's pretty much in your DNA and,
Yeah.
and therefore a part and parcel of your daily processes.
Right. Yeah.
Super. Avinash, I mean, you are part of a much larger organization where it may not be so simple because you deal with multiple people, multiple stakeholders. What's your take?
So what we have seen in the premium grocery space, like if you are not updated, if you are not innovating, you will not stay in the game. So that is what we have seen. I told earlier in the product also, you have to stay in the game. You have to see what are the new trends coming up, and you have to keep updating that your shelf according to that, your stock, your placement, stock planning, and the layout planning. That is how you have to done. Now the second area which we have seen in the premium grocery is always a very customer service focused sector. Like you have seen the retailers like Harrods or all, they are very driven, customer service driven. And one side you see there's a Amazon and there's all tech savvy retailers. So what we are now doing, we are impulsing that how we can become a tech friendly gourmet retailer. So that is what we have implemented, a lot of technology in our stores in Freshbake as a pilot. So we have seen there's one technology which we have implemented is the endless aisle. So what we have also seen that there are a lot of times when there's an omni-channel which is picking up. So what we are saying, simply being in the offline space will not work. So what we are doing, we have endless aisle in the store where we are saying offline and online integration is being done. So whatever products are not available, because in stores you cannot have n number of items. While if you see online, you can see multiple items. So which are not there in the store, that also you can order on the endless aisle concept. The second thing is on the electronic shelf label. Like we have seen, the problem in the grocery segment is all your changes of the pricing on a daily basis. So we have seen prices of FNV, prices of fruit and vegetables and staples are getting changed on a daily basis. So what we have launched in those sections is the electronic shelf label, where we are saying that this will be governed centrally and it will also reduce the carbon footprint in the store. Third, what we have also seen is the technology, what we are doing, self-checkouts and the personal shopper. So we have seen this technology. When we started this in our store, we were very skeptical whether it will work or not work, because in the gourmet sector, hardly people want self-checkout. But we have seen a lot of traction in this technology, and we have seen around 20 to 30% of the sales coming up from the self-checkout and the personal shopper. And the next thought which we are going to implement now is the smart cart. So there's a smart cart technology which we are going to start now, and automated fully store. So that is also, there's a pilot run which we are doing in our campus. FreshJip is the name of the pilot, where we are doing that on automated store, the completely automated store, and a shopping cart, that smart cart. These are the two technology which are in the testing phase, and we are seeing as a retailer in premium grocery, we have to keep updated on the product trend, but on the technology front also, since the product is moving, we have to go in that
delivering
trend.
ROI for innovations like these become a challenge sometimes?
Yeah, 100%, because until and unless it is a scalable model, it will not work. But what we have seen in the electronic shelf label, that is saving us a lot of our cost. There's a one-time capex cost, but then it will take most of your paper-less job, printing job is getting avoided. So I think on a long term, this type of technology will 100% give us some output for sure.
Dhaval.
Mohit, the only industry, I think the retail industry, where the price of the product appreciates is gold and diamond jewelry, right? So this is the only product where you see there is a price appreciation. So for us, it is very important, to take care of the people who are coming at stores, not only in terms of, servicing them with the current product, but also we focus largely now, because see, gold and jewelry business is such that where we see predominantly driven by the wedding, festive, all this. But the younger generation is something that we are eyeing upon. So one is Sencoverse that we talk about, where we see that young generation is target to treat that. And innovation is something, it's not only about you heavily invest into it and then it is called a innovation. Innovation can be anything. It can be a process innovation. It can be a product innovation. So it's not by and large that, you heavily invest into something and you innovate something. Like small things, there is a digital gold, right, which everybody is doing. But at Senco, we have ensured that this DigiGold platform that we have, a person can invest as good as 100 rupees and buy gold, invest into jewelry, right? So building up the future, creating a wealth for the future. So we are propagating the younger generation to start investing into it. And if you would have seen the history, gold and diamonds has given as good as 15% CAGR, returns over the period of 15 years, 20 years. So it's a good investment portfolio also, where you also get the product with you. So the whole gimmick is around, at Senco is that, how do you target the millennials? How do you target the Gen Z people? And moreover, it's not only that we do into tech side, we also have developed certain products which are targeting towards youngsters. So we came out with a small beads, right? 1 gram, half a gram. So the people can keep collecting those golden beads, investing 3,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees. So it's something that how you look at the business, how you want your business to be driven, and what your TG is.
And is there, let's say, a competitive trigger for your business?
Yes,
You
yes,
look at
of course.
competition very closely.
Yes, yes, yes. So it's a very highly competitive trigger, because see, it's a very cluttered market. Against jewelry is a very cluttered, driven by unorganized and organized sector both. So we have to be on the edge of finding out the newer ways to reach our customers, to get newer footfalls at the store. And we have seen a good results also. By getting Sencoverse, by getting DigiGold, DigiSilver. So all these platforms that we are doing right now has given us a good returns.
Gaurav, over to you.
So, see, at the core of innovation is,
Little louder.
at the core of innovation is very highly engaged set of people working on a problem, just trying to solve the problem. And a problem may not be a problem at all. Sometimes it's wanting to improve something, right? So, like a highly passionate individual who's like passionate about customers or driving customer experience is not okay with the status quo can lead to innovation. Humans are naturally innovators. We have a schooling system which is designed to kill innovation, and then companies kill it by appointing an innovation head, right? So I think the way to drive innovation is to hire the right set of people who are highly engaged, having owner's mindset about the problem, trying to solve the problem, and then listen to the people, right? So because I think innovation is not the ownership of a level of leadership. It happens most at the grassroots levels. The best ideas actually come from on ground still, is what I believe. The best companies can do is to reward the system for innovation, reward people who innovate, show that innovation is valued. I just think that most companies or even our systems can kill innovation because we are naturally innovators, all of us. So,
Typically, as your organizations become older and, more set and larger in the industry that you're in, it becomes relatively more difficult.
right.
Your processes are well set, your products are well accepted. How do you drive innovation there? I mean, maybe not in your current experience because your organization is very new, but let's say the parent company, Jubilant, let's say, how difficult or how easy would it be for them to innovate?
So Jubilant still, I would say, is at core a very founder-led company, right? It's 25-year-old organization. The ethos of, do an experiment, fail, and you'll not be penalized is still there. So therefore, I would still say as an organization, it has innovation, it rewards innovation. So I have not seen that happening while it's a parent organization for and a fairly large multi-crore business, but it's still a place where innovation is rewarded. I've seen places where, you have innovation heads, but innovation doesn't happen. The thing is that the main problem there, according to me, is that innovation is not rewarded, or failures are not rewarded, because innovations cannot happen without failures. There's no guaranteed success. So most large setups are designed for low risk taking, and they penalize failures, and that's why they become averse to, not so conducive for innovation.
Very, very well said. Raghav, for you, as part of a large trading business that essentially you are doing, where is your trigger? So what is going to prompt you to opt for the better headset and the better speaker and so on and so forth?
Necessity is the mother of innovation, as they say, right? So the way I look at it, competition scares me, survival scares me, anything that may lead to business being worse off scares me, and that drives innovation. So for me, innovation it's a very sexy term that we like to talk about. But at the heart of it on everyday life, I just think of innovative thinking as this very underappreciated but uniquely Indian concept called Jugaad. So, like he said, celebrating Jugaad at every layer and every level, that to me is the driver.
Okay, well said. Thank you. I think that brings us pretty much to an end to this conversation. Thank you very much. Unless there are any questions that the audience has.
Yeah, here there is no exactly the question, but some suggestions was there. Innovation of any say product can be obtained or can be started with the understanding of the science of the product. So if you understand the science and then start further working on it, then innovate in the science level, then comes in the technology. So science should be understood of the product or the whatever you have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.